Hey guys, so I know I've already made a video, and I already made a video about this particular subject, but I left out some details, and I've also just been thinking about it now, and I have some other things to add. Now, just as a warning, it's a more mature subject, what I'm about to. I think I figured out how to get it light and keep it light. I'm not really sure. There we go. Like when I do that and then I press and hold the top, it says exposure is locked and it seems to stay light. So I finally figured out how to do that. So remember, so if you're younger than probably 18, probably, or actually even young people should really hear this because it's not really too inappropriate for them. It's like a little lesson. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a story first before I tell you the advice which I am about to pass on to you guys. So, all right. Hopefully I'll make it quick because it's dead late and I'm supposed to be doing dinner. There's the clock behind me. You can't see it. There it is. That one. Anyway, so I was in my last video I was talking about fat fetish and how to me it's just a preference rather than a fetish, but I guess people think of fetish as something sexual and devious. So I prefer to say, oh, you're only going to be after someone because they're fat, like if they're fat, you're not going to want them for anything else. So I think preference is better because everybody goes for looks first. Everybody. They're always attracted first by someone's appearance. And then when they get to know each other, then they like each other's personality. That's how it works. So I was saying about these two people who were upset because they ended up with somebody, not ended up with someone, but they were like dating someone or talking to somebody who was obviously into fat people and they themselves were fat. So first it was a fat woman. It was a story I heard about this fat woman who was complaining that she went on a date with a guy and I think she must have found out they had a fat fetish. So she was upset because she thought he was only like dating her because, he had a fat fetish and he just wanted her for, her fat. And she got upset about this. And I thought, well, everybody, like I say, goes for looks first. They always go for what they're attracted to first sexually. And, it's just how it is, and then when you sort of start talking to each other because you've been attracted to each other's their physical appearance, then you approach them and you start talking to them or you go on a date with them or whatever, and then you start to like each other's personality. That's how it works. So looks are always first, and then then you sort of learn about each other and then you like each other's personality. So there's no reason why this guy who has a fat fetish wouldn't still like you for your personality as well, and her being fat to him would be just a bonus for him. Or he was originally just attracted to her because she was fat and the personality's a bonus. So they end up getting along and they love each other, and at least, she knows that he likes the way she looks. So, she knows that he's not sort of disgusted by her being fat. So I don't actually know what's a problem. But I don't know. And then I had an experience where I was on, I don't know, it was probably a dating site or a chatting site or something, and I got talking to this guy who was fat, because I, like I say, have a fat fetish, if you want to call it that. Like I say, I prefer to call it a preference for fat guys and gals. Although to be honest with you, I prefer like thinner girls, but I do like bigger girls as well. I wouldn't really mind either way, to be honest with you. I like both, but I do like, I really do like fat guys the most. I like skinny guys, but for another reason. I'll have to make a separate video on my preferences and fetishes. I mean, I don't know if my audience is really, I don't really know what kind of audience I have, but I think it's mainly children, so I'm not really sure I should be talking about this to you guys. So if you are children, maybe you shouldn't watch this video, but I do have some advice, so I would probably, recommend sticking around if you're like 16, like starting to want to date, gets that age where you're wanting to date and you're maybe going on dating sites or something. And the advice, just stick around, is at the end. So so I was talking to this guy who was big because he was big, and at some point into the conversation, quite far along into the conversation, he told me he was just looking for casual sex. He was just looking for sex, basically, not a relationship. And I got kind of pissed at him because he'd wasted all of my time, because I'm obviously looking for more than that. I'm looking for friendship. I'm looking for possible relationships. So, and I say relationships because when I say relationships, I don't necessarily mean just like relationships, like boyfriend, girlfriend sort of thing. So, I mean like just like friendships or just like arrangements of some sorts. Like there is something I want it's not really sexual as such, but it's also maybe like not something that friends would normally do. So yeah, it's like stuff like, well, I'll like I say, I'll probably make another video about my preferences and stuff like that I'm into. I'll probably do like a video about my fetishes, and I will put a disclaimer that it's a more, adult, it's more mature video. So, yeah, I'll talk about that in a separate video and make sure that everybody knows that it is from much more mature audiences. So this one is for like younger people because, like I say, it's about advice. So what it is my advice to you is, so this guy, I said to him, why didn't you put in your profile that you were just looking for physical, instant gratification? Why didn't you say that instead of wasting people's time, getting to like just telling people like an hour or several days into the conversation before letting them know that you are just after that? Because I might have liked him a lot and then, thought it'd be great, boyfriend material, and then learn later on that he's just after sex. I mean, sorry, I'm not supposed to say that. Instant gratification. Some squawking bird. I didn't know what it was at first. I thought it was something over there making a funny noise, but it's a bird outside. The window's slightly open. I've closed it now, so hopefully we won't hear that again. So that was annoying and terrifying and distracting. So, yeah, so he should have put it in his profile. I said, why didn't you? And he said, well, I didn't want to scare people off. And I'm like, if you put it in your profile, you will just attract the type of people you want, which is people that want the same thing as you. Duh. But with not having it in the profile, you will also get people matching with you that might not want the same thing as you. And then you both wasted each other's time then. So I was kind of pissed that he'd wasted my time, because I only learnt later on that he was just after instant gratification and I was looking for a relationship. So I got pissed, and he got pissed at me as well. He got pissed at me, and somehow he got onto the subject of the fact that I was into bigger guys. He probably asked me like, why did I match with him? Why did I like him? So I told him straight that I was into bigger guys and he was big. And he got pissed at me because he said, oh, I'm not just a fetish. And he moaned. I'm like, what does that matter? You're just after instant gratification anyway. So what does it matter if like say I was just interested in sex too with him, I'd be more willing if I was that type of person, if I wasn't demisexual, if I was like one of these people who is also just after sex, the fact that he's fat and what I'm, interested in, surely that would, make me even more want to do it with him. So I don't know why he got pissed at that. But yeah, he went on about how he wasn't a fetish. And I thought, first, it doesn't matter really, does it? So again, it's just more a preference. So I get pissed off at me because I have a preference for bigger guys. I would like your personality too. If we got along so well and you had a great personality, I would also be with you for that too. That would also be a very important factor. For a lot of people, personality is very important, more important than looks. And I get that. For me personally, I have to get along with someone very well. I do have to get along with someone very well. They do have to have a great personality. But it's also very important to me that they are, looks-wise, what I am after as well, if I am to have sex with them eventually. Like, I won't just jump in bed with them. I would have to get to know them a bit better, and we'd have to be in a relationship, and we'd have to sort of, you know, like I say, depending on what happened. I mean, I don't really, like, I don't 100% like frown upon people who just want to have friends with benefits, or, you know, sort of do things, but I don't know, for me, I would have to get to know them, and I also have to be attracted to them physically in order to eventually want to do anything with them. So, you know, that's just me. You know, I personally wouldn't jump into bed with someone unless I know them very well and also like the way they look. So surely the fact that but yeah, my advice to you guys, mainly, well, anyone really, not just men, but men and women, I think that they should, if they're going on dating sites, I think they should put in their profile what they're looking for. Or at least, like, as soon as you start talking to the person, you ask them what they're looking for. You know? So you ask what they're looking for, and they will ask what you're looking for as well. I think they should know up front what you're after, because then you'll get the kind of people you want. So I don't know why he matched with me, because I stated in my profile that I was looking for relationships and friendships, non-sexual ones. You know? Because there isn't like any friendship sites, so, you know, I go on dating sites to find friends as well, because, as you guys know, everyone in my neighborhood hates me, so, you know, because I'm different, and I don't go to, like, work or anything, like, with them. Like, from what I gather, you can only, like, make friends, people mainly make friends with people that, you know, they go to school with, or college or work, or somewhere where they're going every day and seeing the same people, or every week, or a few times a week. But I don't do that. I don't go anywhere like that. I'm mainly at home. It's always been like that because I've always worked from home. I've been homeschooled and I've always worked from home. And now I'm my mum's carer, so I couldn't work if I wanted to. I mean, I could, but I'd be a jerk if I said, right, Mum, I don't want to care for you anymore. I want to go out to work. So at this point, I'd be a jerk, because my mum doesn't have anybody else that, you know, can look after her, and she won't have any, like, strangers coming in from the NHS or from, like, charities or anything like that. She won't have any, like, professional carers coming in to help, so, you know, she relies on me. So I'd be a jerk knowing all this stuff, and she won't go in a care home, of course. Well, she's heard all the stories about how they treat them badly, not just care homes, but also a carer coming to the home and everything. They can sometimes steal and also just treat them badly, which I think is disgusting. The stealing is horrible, but I mainly hate the bit where they, like some carers or whatever, they abuse their clients, and she's afraid that's going to happen, and I think that's disgusting, and she thinks she's be scared, and she thinks it's disgusting as well, so that's why she won't. So yeah, so I'm just saying that, you know, it's always been like this for me, and it is hard for me to sort of meet people. I do meet people, like, when I'm out and about, but they don't seem to want to be more than acquaintances and just sort of have a chat in passing or just let on to each other. With my neighbours, a lot of them, some of them ignore me, some of them let on, some people have a chat, you know, but none of them we're not on the sort of friendship terms where we go to each other's houses and do stuff together, you know. So I'm mainly on dating sites looking for friends to hang out with, local and stuff. I mean, I used to be mainly just looking for a boyfriend on there, but now I realise that, well, that's not worked out. So because all the blokes that I've chatted to mainly in the past have all just wanted to have sex with me. That's all they're interested in. And if I say I'm not interested in that, or if I get upset about it or whatever, they get upset with me and they just stop talking to me and ghost me. So, it's been really, really hard. So yeah, so my advice to you is not, first of all, not be after everyone just for sex in the first place, but if that is what you're after, I think you should state it in your profile, because it does save everybody from wasting each other's time, everyone from getting their time wasted. So yeah, so that's my advice. So, and even young people should know about this. Not little kids, of course. Like I said, I don't really know my age range of viewers. It'd be nice if you guys could comment and say how old you guys are. So I know my age range of people who watch my videos. I do know it's mainly children that watch like Therian videos, so got to be careful. I really need to have more mature audience as well. I don't mind kids watching my videos, it's just that all I do mainly talk about more mature stuff and themes and stuff. But I hope that I can be like a good mentor for kids like who are being bullied and stuff, and because, you know, I know how they feel, and, you know, especially for being a Therian, for being different in any way, you know, it's hard. Because I've not been to school, I haven't experienced like the kind of bullying that kids would normally experience from going to school, but I have experienced bullying from the local kids, as you guys know, ever since I was like 10 or something. I have been bullied before then, and not even from people around here. I went to my cousin's neighborhood, and I got bullied by some kids there, and I didn't know why. I asked my mum, and she explained that it was probably because, you know, I was an outsider and I wasn't one of them. Most of them were okay with me, but there was just like a couple of them that had a problem with me for some reason. This ginger-haired lad called Stuart and this girl with the same name as mine. So all the girls with the same name as mine have been bullies to me, to be honest, because there was a girl with the same name as mine that used to bully me around here as well. She was like, there was two different gangs when I was sort of 10, first started to get bullied by the local kids. There was a lad with a gang of lads who used to bully, and us both, and both me and my mum. And there was a gang of girls with that girl as the ringleader, and she had a group of girls that used to harass us. They were all in the same gang, but they used to mainly hang out separate, like I say, all the girls together, all the boys together. But sometimes they'd integrate, you see them all together. And I remember they were all congregated outside a lad's house over there on that row once. Anyway, like I said, that's a story for another day. It's going to be a really long video again, another 18-minute long video like the last one, so I'm going to stop it here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on the video, and let me know your age range and where you live, because I would also like, you know, for new members of my Therian pack. I'm looking at a moth, by the way. I'm going to get it. We're like virtually infested by bloody moths, so I've got to get them all. I usually hoover them all up. There we go, that's gone. Okay, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and if you want to get me anything for my birthday, that would also be nice, but you don't have to, but it's just an option because it's next week. What else? Oh yeah, and donate. You could donate if you like. I'll give you the link for donating if you want to donate to me. I'm going to make a separate video on that to let you guys know what you'd be donating to, because I have a couple of things that I'm saving up for. One of them is a power chair for my mum. She really needs one, so we can't afford one, so I would like donations to, you know, help with that. Again, you don't have to. I'll just put the link in the description if you want to do that. Alright, see you soon on the next one.